Sciences. She was part of the TSIS class of 2023, which graduated last year. With a remarkable tenure of 14 years within the TSIS community, AIM has not only excelled academically, but has also demonstrated exemplary leadership and active involvement in extracurricular activities. Her achievements during her time at TSIS have served as a guiding light for her juniors, including the class of 2024. Please join with me in extending a warm welcome to Ms. Nachari Chaiwong Titikun for her inspirational commencement address, which we will hope to provide valuable insights and motivations to the class of 2024.
Good morning, and before starting, I'd like to congratulate everyone here today because you finally made it, and it feels surreal to be sharing this ceremony with you today. So this speech that you're about to listen to was written one day after I finished my first year of university, and even after that whole year of me going out on my own and going to a completely different country, I still feel like I'm not the wisest person, nor do I know 100% of the time what I'm doing, but I definitely learned a few things, and I'd like to think that me right now is just a little bit better than who I was a year ago. So I'd just like to share some things that I learned in this year with you today. Well, this is supposed to be a graduation speech, right? It's supposed to be inspirational, it's supposed to paint your future life in this glorious, positive light, and I'm supposed to give you motivation to step into whatever you're going to do next with courage, and I'm supposed to say all the typical graduation stuff like dream big and take risks, and nothing is impossible. And while I do love that, I feel like everyone has said it time and time again, and it's probably been regurgitated to you so many times already. So I don't want to say that, and as I said, I'm not the wisest person yet, so I'm just going to share some personal anecdotes and what I learned from them. So I go to university in England, and everything is like notoriously expensive, so I tried to pick up a job. And the first job I applied to, I got rejected, and the second job I applied to, I also got rejected. And that just put me in a very foul mood, and I couldn't stop thinking about, oh, what had I done wrong? Am I not good enough? Just those kind of thoughts in my head over and over and over again. But then I learned from my mistakes from the first 2 job interviews, and then when I did my 3rd job interview, 3rd time's the charm, I actually managed to get the job. And a similar kind of thing happened when I was doing my assignments in university as well. When I first submitted it, I was so proud. I thought I did such good research, but then the score came back and it was a near fail. And my ego was shattered. But I just picked up all these shattered bits of my ego and I went to ask for feedback, and then the next time I was able to do really well. So we actually went out and we celebrated. It was around the time of my 18th birthday, so my friends took me out for drinks. So the first lesson I actually learned was I'm so independent now and my mom can't tell me what to do, and that's so cool. But on a more serious note, the first thing I actually learned from being overseas that's personally really essential for me to share is being proud of yourself. Here in this moment, you made it through 12 years of schooling, you made it through A-levels, and I'm so proud of everyone here. And there'll definitely be moments in the future where you'll also get to be proud of yourself. And when those moments happen, don't forget to celebrate you, pat yourself on the back, and make life enjoyable. And I'm saying that because I feel like it's so easy to get lost in not finding the simple joys in life. And when that happens, your life will just become dull and gray. Like when I first got accepted to that job, I could have said, yeah, but this should have happened the first time. Or when I finally managed to do well in that module, I could have said, yeah, but your overall module grade is still going to be pulled down by that first assignment that you nearly failed. And it would have been easy for me to do that, but I think it's important to not be too hard on yourself and celebrate the little wins in life. Especially now, just live a little. Acknowledge the struggles you went through to achieve something and own it delightfully. Without having a sense of pride and joy in what you do, you're going to be completely burnt out. And that's something that sometimes is hard for me to do as well, but don't forget to reaffirm to yourselves every day that you're proud of yourself for trying. And that brings me to the next thing that I've learned, which is about trying. I'm not going to say that trying doesn't hurt, because sometimes it definitely does, but never ever be ashamed of trying. Even after you did something and maybe you didn't get the results you want, at least you can say you tried. And that's something that I know a lot of people say, and it's been said to me all my life as well, and I would just brush it off. But looking back at so many past instances, even though in the moment it may have looked like trying didn't get me anywhere, it actually helped me to become more resilient. I found pride and joy in knowing that even though I failed, it sometimes shapes your future success, because you are a living collection of your past experiences. Blood, sweat, and tears, hopes and dreams, misery and failure, all of that adds up to who you are, and it wouldn't have been possible if not for trying. And so much of your character would have been lost if not for trying. So embrace it. And as you see, trying and making mistakes, it isn't actually so bad. Actually, for me, it led to so many fantastic outcomes that wouldn't have happened if I didn't try and I didn't fail the first time. And there's no time to sort of make mistakes and slip up a little bit than now, where you're heading off in different directions, leaving these school gates, discovering and rediscovering your identity or values as a person. It's the best time to learn. And I've come to realize that messing up in one way or another is just part of the human experience. It's inevitable. So there will be times where we all say the wrong thing, listen to the wrong people, or drown in so much self-doubt that we sabotage our own opportunities, not speak up when we need to, feel ashamed about it, and again and again and again. Now, towards the end of my high school journey, I sort of became an unrealistic overachiever and a perfectionist, and my life revolved around receiving a lot of validation from other people, never making a single mistake. Partly because the world we lived in loves sending this message of you have to be flawless all the time, and that mistakes are shameful, and if you do one wrong thing, then the entire world is going to burn and you have failed as a person and everything's doomed. And I know this is not true. You know this is not true. But society makes us perceive these mistakes in such a horrible light that we're afraid to make mistakes and, as a result, afraid to do anything. And these mistakes, some big, some small, will obviously affect us. We'll be faced with things we want, we don't want, or have things we want taken away from us. And a year ago, I would have been so scared of doing anything that I feel like would make the world perceive me as less perfect. But now there's a line that resonated with me quite a bit from a song that I listened to a lot while I was overseas. And the line says that there are pages turned with the bridges burned. Everything you lose is a step you take. And your mistakes, while they'll make you lose things in your life, you'll also gain so much from them. You'll make new friends, find new passions, learn how to stand up for yourself. And as you leave the framework of school and step into a new adventure, it will be full of beautiful moments, but also difficult ones. And all of these moments are valuable. They'll make you grow more resilient, more determined, and ready to take on the world. And take on the world you shall. Congratulations once again. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Aim, for such an empowering and